A common problem that people have with their logo is getting it to be legible on both light and dark backgrounds. It may be that their logo has been designed and it uses quite dark colours, so as a result, it's not going to show up that well on dark backgrounds. Recently, I was contacted by Claire from A Bright Clear Web, who was having that exact problem herself. Claire sent me through her logo and I said I would have a quick look at it to see if there was anything that I could do that would help enhance her logo on different contrasting backgrounds. So what I thought I would do is I would record the process and show you what the results were. Here on the left-hand canvas, we can see Claire's logo as it currently stands. So as we can see here, the logo works fine on the white background, but not so clear on the darker background, which I've got as a dark grey at the moment. You can see that the blue text doesn't really contrast very much. What I want to do is I want to just do a couple of little things which I think will make the logo just stand out a bit better on both white and on darker backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that logo and I'm going to paste it over here onto this canvas and just move that along. And I'm going to zoom in, and here's what I am going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take each droplet and I am going to make them the solid color version so that they are flat color. So that's the droplets now, they're flat color. Now, what I want to do is, because Claire's logo, as you can see, because it's got the gradient on it, it adds a bit of life to the logo. It's not completely flat. So what I would like to do is add a gradient to it, a similar gradient to this, but just in a slightly different way to give the droplets almost a very subtle 3D effect. So what I need to do is, let's just zoom in a bit more again. So let's zoom right into this water droplet. I'm going to draw a circle and just line the circle up to the edge of the droplet there. You can see that it's red at the minute. That's okay. I'm going to change that to a radial gradient. I just need to swap this around. Bring that down to about 40. And then what I'll do is I will now change the color to the same as the droplet. And you can see there that it's now got a white radial gradient going out to the pink color. But what I want to do is I want to just move this gradient and select that circle again. Move the gradient which is in the circle up so it's nearer the tip of the droplet. And then I'm going to take the white level of the white down to 50% so that there's no bright white spot in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to do the same for each of the other droplets. So I'm going to have to adjust where the gradients are. Obviously we don't want pink on that one, so I'll change that one to green. So it's the green one, and I just need to adjust this a little bit more again because it's just cutting out of the edge a little bit too much. And then move down here to the blue one. This is all going to be a little bit repetitive for you guys that are watching this as I go through this, but please bear with me. It will hopefully all be worth it in the end. So we shift that down so it's more in the middle there. Take that one away, and then the fourth one. You can play around with the size of the spheres or the circles that you're putting inside this if you want to give it a go yourself and just play around with the size of the gradients, the radial gradients that you're using, and you'll see the different effects that you can have on the actual shape by how much you're moving the gradients around. And then this last one, this big red one here, just increase that a little bit again in size, just make sure it touches the edge. Add some red to that one, and again just adjust that so it's more in the center and towards the edge. And I will zoom out. So you can see there that the droplets have now got sort of a more of a 3D type effect on them there. And then what I'll do is I'll just copy this grey background over to here as well. So I think if you compare the two, left and right, the one that I've just been working on now has more of an impact on the page. It stands out a lot more. It's a little bit less sort of faded. So if we take that and copy that and paste that over the grey background, obviously we're still going to have a problem with the blue text. So what you can do is, I would normally, to get the best contrast that you can, white is obviously the answer to that. But you could also maybe pick one of the lighter colours from here. So you could maybe make the text the green, although I think I prefer it to be on white. And what we can also do is we can take this logo and we can have a look at it sitting on top of some images. So if we put that and sit it on top of this image here, see that really stands out on there. If I go back and bring this one in, take this one across, paste that one on top, and sort of sit that one and bring that one down a bit, just so that we've got some, you can see how this one, the drops kind of fade into the background of the image, whereas on the top one it really stands out, and it's really quite clear on there. And then if we move this one down onto here, it stands out a bit better, but we've got the issue with the blue text. So if we go back to the other file and we pick up this one, and we take this one across, and we paste that in and put that on the image, then that text really stands out. The droplets are still interacting a little bit with the image in the background, but it really comes down to image placement. At the end of the day, it's where it'll kind of work best. You see that the white text is not working very well with the phone. So it's moving around, move your logo around the page as well to see where you can get it to sit so that it will look its best. Another option is that you could also apply a drop shadow behind the text so that when you do sit it over some of the white areas of an image, then the drop shadow will help that text still be legible. So as you can see, it doesn't take a huge amount of work to just increase that contrast a little bit more for your logo when it's sitting on a light or a dark background. If you're having similar problems, speak to your designer. There will be some very quick and simple techniques that can be used to increase the contrast for your logo also. So until next time, stay creative.